This is a short presentation to develop a plan to introduce mobile learning into the classroom. As new technologies are developed and implemented, our society becomes less dependent on devices which require us to remain stationary. Modern technologies used in the context of education can provide mobility to move around the classroom or change location entirely. In order to measure our success, we must define our goals. We want to leverage the available mobile technology in education today. Not all students have access to mobile devices or any kind of technologies. Not all students have access to the internet. By providing laptops to students or some kind of mobile technology, this equalizes students. This levels the playing field for all classes and groups. We want to provide student-centered learning in our classrooms. Some types of education which are more project-based and hands-on. This will grab the students' attention and make education more engaging and spark their curiosity. We want to have an education which empowers students and uplifts them and helps them to understand more fully what they're studying. The solution is introducing Latitude Dell Student Laptops. The laptops feature rubber edges, excellent battery life, sealed keyboards and touchpads, a 180-degree hinge, and optional interactive touchscreen. Also provided at no extra cost is Microsoft Education apps, even without internet connection, a Google operating system which is easy to operate and understand, along with Google apps. These laptops also provide communication that is interactive between teacher and student. And these laptops come in two sizes, 11-inch and 13-inch. The costs provided here reflect 200 total students in grades 10 through 12. For the 11-inch model, each cost $550 base price, equaling $110,000 for all 200 students. If we were to go with the 13-inch model, that's $570 base price for each, and that would equal $114,000 for all 200 students. We did factor in an IT setup and training cost of $20,000 for a total between $130,000 to $134,000. However, this is reflecting the base price, and oftentimes when schools purchase laptops in great quantities, they do provide a discount. As we all know, new technologies are only new for a limited time until the next big thing is developed. The bonus of buying these student Dell laptops is that the safety features make them appropriate for even the youngest students, which allows us to pass them down from year to year with each new upgrade. The implementation of providing mobile learning devices such as laptops to students in the school is not something that happens overnight. This may take many months to a year or more to implement. This is a 3-stage process. The school IT team should be involved at every phase, beginning with administration. For administration, they are going to need to organize, to plan, and implement the introduction of these mobile learning devices into the school system. This isn't going to be something that happens quickly. The planning can take such a long time. They also need to develop policies. They need to be prepared to back this plan. That's an important part because there's going to be problems. And there's going to probably be times when they wish they hadn't even started this process. So they need to make sure that they're 100% behind the plan. They need to provide direction for others in the other phases. And they also need to set aside money for the expense of this program. At the second phase, this is where teachers are brought into the process. Teachers are going to need training. They're going to need consulting. They're going to need to have access, preferably before the students, so that they can then provide the students with answers to their own questions. Teachers down the road are going to need resources sometimes immediately in their classroom when things aren't working correctly. And very possibly teachers are going to need some strategies because this is a new technology. They may need some ideas of ways to incorporate this technology into their classrooms and into their lessons. The third phase involves the students. The students are going to need a help desk that will most likely be IT, but perhaps IT would also want to have some kind of telephone number where they can have a tech line where they can troubleshoot problems and try to resolve them if it's the weekend and they can't get a hold of IT. Students are going to need training. From time to time, they may need some piece of hardware replaced or upgraded. They may need some software. They're definitely going to need software to run the programs. And there is going to be damage. Screens get cracked and a mouse might get destroyed or stepped on. And the schools need to develop policy ahead of time as to who is going to shoulder that expense and if and when the students would be responsible for that expense. Laptops for each student, grades 10 through 12, is a very attainable goal. The impact of schools providing these for these students will be tremendous and will include identical access for each student to the internet and to this technology, which will help them to accomplish their homework. They will also be able to hone their technology skills. Access to the internet provides instant access to information, and that provides a greater teaching opportunity, many greater teaching opportunities. It also increases student learning and achievement. This will create the project-based classrooms that teachers are looking for, and when students are able to access information without any trouble, this boosts their creative potential exponentially.